Running your first dungeon in Runeteria can be intimidating, especially if you don't know what you're about to face. Here's how to unlock custom content and get Hollow Crypt loot without wasting your first run. Inside the Hollow Crypt, you'll face large groups of hostiles, so proper preparation is essential to avoid death and failed runs. At a minimum, you need armor, a weapon of choice, and food. What I recommend is gear above Cobalt, tier 3 food, and a healing totem. If possible, bring a meat pie along with another tier 3 food. Meat pie focuses on health regeneration, while other tier 3 foods boost health and stamina. Make sure your gear has enough durability before entering, and bring repair kits with you just in case. The last thing you want is your gear breaking down while in a dungeon, which leaves you vulnerable. Because of how loot generation works, running Hollow Crypts with a team is highly recommended. More damage usually means faster clears and better rewards. You can find a group in chat, the Runeteria Discord, or run with your guild or friends. A maximum of 4 players can enter a dungeon at once. Not only does this make your run easier, it also lets you split the cost of the key. To enter the Hollow Crypts, you'll need a key, which can be bought in the hub. Copper coins for the key are earned by using /vote. Once you have the key, you can open the dungeon by using it on an ancient gateway. These gateways can be crafted at the Arcanist bench. Once you're prepared and have your team ready, the real fun begins. Inside the dungeon, you'll find multiple loot chests. Make sure to agree on loot rules beforehand and eat your food before engaging in combat. When you enter the portal, 2 important indicators appear in the top left, a timer and a progress bar. The timer determines loot quality, with tier 1 being the highest. Aim to defeat the final boss in under 5 minutes with a full progress bar to receive the best loot. You don't need to kill every hostile to get to 100%. Eliminating larger mobs gives more progress. When entering a dungeon, you'll see a staircase going down. You can jump straight down the center. There's water at the bottom to break your fall. The first mini-boss targets the first player it sees. One player can take aggro, while the rest deal damage safely. If you take aggro, keep moving and jumping to avoid the poison. Those hits hurt. If you're using a mace, be mindful of teammates. Knocking them back can slow the run quite a bit. Don't forget to use your weapon's abilities. They make a big difference. Healing totems are a game changer. They can keep you and your team alive during tough encounters, so use them often, especially during boss fights or after large groups of enemies. If you die, you can send a TPA request to one of your teammates. They may not be able to accept immediately if they're fighting, but it's often faster than running back. Leave the loot chests until after the boss. Your priority is completing the dungeon quickly, and you can return for the chests once the boss is defeated. Once you defeat the boss and fully complete the progress bar, loot chests will spawn at the end of the dungeon. The number of chests equals the number of players running the dungeon, so the standard is 1 chest per player, unless agreed otherwise with your group. The Hollow Crypts also feature a loot roll system, allowing you to select which items you'd like to receive. The system then distributes those items randomly among the players. By defeating the bosses, you can obtain the materials that are needed to craft the custom Neko weapons. That's everything you need to know to run Hollow Crypts efficiently. I hope this helped. Good luck on your runs and enjoy the rewards.